Hey, Habs fans, are you feeling a spark of excitement mixed with eager anticipation right now? What if I told you that the Montreal Canadiens are reportedly eyeing Marco Rossi, a dynamic young center from the Minnesota Wild, as the key to revolutionizing our second line? With a trade rumor mill buzzing and Montreal's cap space newly freed up after moving Carey Price's contract, the stage is set for a bold move that could redefine our offensive attack. Today, we're diving into this thrilling speculation, exploring Rossi's potential fit with the Habs, and weighing the cost of landing one of the NHL's rising jewels. Let's break down this enticing possibility and see if it could be the game-changer Montreal needs. Let's set the scene with the latest whispers heating up the NHL market. The Canadiens, coming off a playoff return in 2024-25 and starting 2025-26 with a promising 3-1-0 record, are hungry to build on their momentum. A lingering gap remains at second-line center, a role critical to balancing the attack behind Nick Suzuki. Sources close to the league suggest that Montreal's front office, led by GM Ken Hughes, is actively scouting for talent to fill this void, and Marco Rossi's name has emerged as a prime target. With over $38 million in projected cap space for 2026-27 after shedding Price's $10.5 million cap hit, the Habs have the financial flexibility to pursue strategic acquisitions. Rossi, a 24-year-old playmaker with the Minnesota Wild, fits the bill as a young, skilled asset who could elevate the team's future. Now, let's dive into why Marco Rossi is such an intriguing fit for the Canadiens. Drafted 9th overall by Minnesota in 2020, Rossi has blossomed into a creative force, known for his elite vision, speed, and ability to drive offense. Last season, he notched 21 goals and 40 points in 71 games, showcasing his knack for setting up teammates with precise passes and creating scoring chances. His versatility, capable of playing center or wing, makes him an ideal candidate to anchor Montreal's second line alongside talents like Ivan Demidov or Patrick Lane. As analysts note, Rossi's style aligns perfectly with the Habs' emerging philosophy under Martin St. Louis. Fast, creative, and relentless in pressuring opposing defenses. His $863,333 cap hit on an entry-level contract through 2024-25, with a likely extension looming, is a bargain for now, fitting easily into Montreal's budget. Let's explore how Rossi could transform the Canadiens' attack. Slotting him as a second-line center would take pressure off Suzuki, allowing the Habs to roll two potent offensive units. Imagine Rossi dishing to Demidov, whose sniper instincts could feast on playmaker setups, creating a dynamic duo that keeps defenses guessing. His ability to connect plays and generate opportunities would also boost the power play, complementing puck movers like Lane Hudson. Beyond stats, Rossi's energy and youth, he's still developing at 24, would inject fresh vigor into a roster blending veterans and prospects. For a team aiming to transition from rebuild to contention, as evidenced by their early 2025-26 success, Rossi could be the catalyst to make the second line a genuine threat against the league's best. Of course, landing Rossi won't come cheap or easy. The Minnesota Wild view him as a cornerstone of their future, a key piece alongside stars like Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Boldy. Sources indicate they'd only consider moving him for a very attractive offer, likely involving a package of high draft picks and promising young players from Montreal's deep prospect pool. Speculation suggests the Habs might need to offer a 2026 first-round pick, a prospect like Owen Beck or Oliver Kapanen, and possibly a current roster player like Kirby Dach or a depth forward. With other NHL teams also monitoring Rossi, competition could drive the price even higher. Hughes, known for calculated asset management, would need to balance the cost against the long-term value of a player who's yet to hit his prime. Additionally, Rossi's upcoming contract extension could push his cap hit to $4 to $5 million annually, a factor in future planning despite current cap room. Let's consider the risks and challenges from both sides. For Montreal, parting with significant assets, especially a first-round pick or a top prospect, could hinder the depth of their rebuild, particularly if Rossi doesn't immediately adapt to St. Louis' system or the intense scrutiny of the Montreal market. While his 40 points last season signaled promise, he's not yet a proven star, and banking on potential carries uncertainty. For Minnesota, trading Rossi risks stunning their own young core's growth, especially if the return doesn't pan out. They'd need to weigh immediate roster needs against losing a player integral to their long-term vision. Both GMs, Hughes and Bill Guerin, would face scrutiny for such a high-stakes deal, and with multiple suitors in the mix, negotiations could stall or collapse under competing offers. Let's step back and look at the broader implications. If the Canadiens secured Marco Rossi, it would signal a clear shift from patient rebuilding to aggressive roster building, prioritizing a young star who could grow the team over the next decade. It's not just about filling the second-line center role. It's about adding a potential cornerstone to complement Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slavkovsky, creating a dynamic offensive identity. For Minnesota, moving Rossi would pivot their focus to immediate depth or future assets, a tough call for a team also on the rise. As the rumor notes, specialists see Rossi as a key piece for Montreal's reconstruction, bringing energy and unpredictability to the attack. While still speculative, this possibility has fans dreaming of a revitalized lineup capable of challenging the NHL's elite. As we wrap this up, I'm buzzed with the thought of Marco Rossi in a Canadiens jersey, weaving through the fences and setting up highlight reel goals at the Bell Center. This trade rumor, targeting a young jewel from Minnesota to revolutionize our second line, feels like a daring but calculated step for Ken Hughes. Rossi's playmaking, speed, and fit with Montreal's emerging style could be the spark to elevate the Habs from playoff hopefuls to serious contenders. While the cost would be steep and the competition fierce, the potential reward of pairing him with our rising stars is impossible to ignore. Whether this materializes in the coming weeks or remains a tantalizing what if, it's a reminder that the Canadiens are poised to strike for transformative talent. So, Habs Nation, I'm turning it over to you. Would you trade significant assets for Marco Rossi to bolster our second line? Or should we trust internal growth to fill that gap? Drop your bold predictions and cautious takes in the comments. I'm eager to see if this rumor fuels the same excitement in you as it does in me. And if the idea of Rossi lighting up Montreal has you hyped, hit that like button to show your support. Let's keep this conversation rolling as we watch the Habs chase greatness in 2025 to 26. Until next time, keep the faith and bleed blue, blanc, et rouge.